Happy day. This is Aparna from the Department of Data Science, and in today's session we'll be learning about Java applet programming. So before moving on to the applet programming, we shall now look into the different types of Java programs. Java programs are basically divided into two categories. One is the Java applet program, the other one is the application programs. Java application programs are the standalone programs which can run independently in any machine that supports Java. Again, the application program is divided into two types. One is the console-based application program, the other one is GUI-based application programs. Console-based application programs accepts input and output in the textual formats and everything is controlled in the console. Whereas GUI-based application programs helps in creating and managing the Windows applications where we can also incorporate the graphical user interface mechanisms. On the other hand, we have the Java applet programming. Applets are the small piece of code which are embedded into the web page and it will help us to create a interactive and dynamic web pages. So coming on to the Java applets. Applet is a small special type of Java coding which is embedded in the web page, and once it is in the run mode, it will be downloaded in the server side, which makes it secure and fast responsive. The applet programming is embedded in the HTML tag and it will be run in the client side. So this applet programming makes the web page more dynamic, and it can be executed in both the ways. Either we have to execute in the web browser or with the applet viewer tool. So these are the two different methods to run a applet programming. One is with the help of the web browser and the other one is with the applet viewer. So JDK provides the standard applet viewer tool. Unlike the normal application program, applet program doesn't depend on the main method. Usually the application programs will start execution from the main method, whereas the applet programs starts without the main method. So here it doesn't have the main method, or it will not depend on the output statement like system.out.println. Instead, here we'll be using the method like drawString, drawArg, and so on. So all these drawString, drawArg, drawOval, all those are inherited from the java.awt.component class. So we need to understand the hierarchy of applets. Only then we can incorporate all those methods which we have to import. So all those packages has to be imported in our Java program so that we can make use of those methods and members of the classes. So here we have the hierarchy of applet where the object is in the topmost hierarchy and JApplet class in the bottommost hierarchy. So the JApplet class inherits the methods and members of the applet class. Applet class in turn inherits the methods and members of the panel class. So panel class is the subclass of the container class and the container class is the subclass of the component class. So as mentioned, the drawString, drawOval, all those are the part of the component class. So in order to use all those in our coding, we have to import the java.awt.start package. Java lifecycle has 5 methods and 4 stages. It has the newborn stage, running stage, idle stage and the dead state. So we have, once we start our execution of the applet program, it enters into the newborn state. As soon as it enters into the newborn state, with the help of the start method, it will enter into the running state. So running state is the state where we execute all the Java applet programs and we can incorporate the paint method. So paint method can be invoked only in the running state. Next we have the idle state. So from the running state we can move on to the idle state with the help of the stop method. So stop method will help us to move the applet from its execution state to the idle or the halt state. After the halt state, if the operation is successful and everything is right, we can either go back to the running state, we can destroy the applet with the destroy method. So we have the 4 different stages and 5 different methods. So init is a method which helps us to initialize the applet. And then once the program is initialized, once the Java applet program is initialized, we can move it to the running state. So in order to move the applet from the newborn state to the running state, we require the start method. So once it is in the running mode, we require so many dynamic things to be added in our web page, which can be invoked with the help of the paint method. So paint is a method which is a part of the java.awt.component class. So it helps us to draw the string, draw the oval shapes, give colors. All those are part of the graphics package, which in turn will be imported with the help of the AWT. And then we have the stop method. So from the running state, your applet can move back to the halt state. Maybe it has to wait for something to happen, and then we can revert back to the running state with the start method. So after everything is over, the created applet has to be destroyed. So destroyed in the sense the applet has to move to the dead state. So with the help of the destroy method, the applet from the idle state or from the running state, it will move back to the dead state with the destroy method. So here is the structure of the basic Java applet program, and here we have the class name as Applet Lifecycle. So class Applet Lifecycle extends applets. Here the normal applet program is inheriting the methods and members of the applet class. So we have to put the extends keyword. So Java applet program is going to inherit all the methods and members of the applet class, for which we need to again import the applet class using the import java.applet.star statement. So in this case, we are using the Java Applet Lifecycle as a Java applet program name, and it is extending the applet class. We have all the 5 methods used, that is to initialize, start, paint, and stop, and destroy. So here we have the start method, which actually brings the applet program from the born state to the running state, and then in the paint method alone, it's having the parameter graphics. So we need to import the graphics class. It is added with the statement import.awt.star. So all these methods like draw string, draw oval, all those can be used in the program with the help of this paint method. And then we have the stop method and the destroy method. So here we have the basic example for an applet program. Here we are importing the packages for applets and the AWT. So in order to use the start, stop, paint method, we need to import those packages. In it, start, stop, and destroys comes under the applet class, and the paint methods comes under the component class. So here the start, stop, destroy, all those are implicitly called, and the paint method is explicitly invoked. So here we have the coding to print the string using the draw string method. So here we have the program name as first applet. So first applet extends the applet class. Since because we are importing the package, we can use all the methods and members of the applet class. And then here we have the paint method explicitly invoked. So paint method is using the parameter graphics G. G.drawString is used to print the string and the screen in your applet with the 3 parameters. So the first parameter of drawString is the string, actual string which we want to be displayed in our applet, and the second and the third parameters are the XY coordinates. So the XY coordinates will be considered for the starting position of the string. Welcome to applet programming will be displayed in the position 150, 150. Then we have to include the applet tag. So here it is example where we are using the applet viewer tool to execute our applet program. So we have seen that 2 methods are there to execute the applet programming. One is through the HTML page with the web browser. Other one is using the JDK tool, which is Applet Viewer. Applet Viewer tool can be used to execute the Java program. First, we have to compile the Java coding using the command javac program name.java. As soon as the Java coding is compiled, an object file will be created. And since we are using the Applet Viewer tool to execute our Java program, here we are embedding the applet tag within the comment. So comment line, for more than one line to be added in a comment, we use the ***, and then the comment lines, then we have to close it with the ***. So in this applet tag, we have to specify the size of the applet window, and we have to link to the Java code. So code is an attribute through which we will be connecting the Java program. So to execute the applet program, we will be using the code applet viewer space the Java program name .java. So once this is given in the command prompt, you can see a new window opening with the content given in the paint method. So here we are just printing a string, and the XY coordinates are given to specify the starting position of the string. Here we have another example where we are printing a square. So here we are again importing the applet and the AWT packages. Because we are going to use the start, stop, destroy methods and the paint method, we have to include, or we need to import the packages. Init, start, stop, destroy comes under the applet class, whereas the paint method comes under the component class. So component class is a part of AWT. So we need to import both the packages. Here the Java file name is myapplet. Myapplet extend applet is, here again we are inheriting the applet class. Applet class will be having the methods like init, start, stop, destroy. So here we are using the paint method to print the square. So here the method draw round rect is used to print a square. So how it is in square? Because here the length and breadth is given as an equal size, so we could get a square and the output is also displayed. So here we are using 5 parameters being passed to the round rect method. First 2 parameters are the XY coordinates, and then the length and breadth of the rectangle is given, and then the margin arc. So the margin arc will be defining the corner edges of the shape. So here we are printing the rectangle. Since the length and breadth is given as equal, we are getting a square. So this is how the applet programming is executed in Java. Thank you.